We are actually very lucky. We're lucky that we have the opportunity to be able to engage with one another as truth seekers on this platform. We're very fortunate that there is a small window of opportunity that we can even do this. I can only imagine what it's going to be like a decade, 2 decades from now, what this platform is going to be, and if there will even be any truth talk at all, or anything at the levels that we see today. Now, I'm no fan of YouTube by any stretch. It is a monopoly. It is the only platform that we can use for free where we can go live and produce videos. Everything else has a cost. And YouTube has been going downhill over the past decade, as many of us will agree. They've made lots of changes that are not user-friendly and just annoy the piss out of everyone. YouTube. You can't live with it. You can't live without it. Now, recently, there is a new change. This does not affect the viewers, but it affects the content creators, in which normally you go check your content page and you can see a list of your videos. And next to that is going to be the views, the comments, and likes and dislikes. Well, there's no more likes and dislikes anymore. That has been hidden. It can be found under analytics, but it takes a few clicks. It is a pain in the ass. And now you cannot just scan through that page to see how your videos are performing compared to the others, because you now have to go into analytics and make 3 or 4 clicks. Very annoying. I don't know if this is permanent. This could be some sort of bug. It could be just something that, with the changes that they made, it disappeared and they're working on another way to implement it back. But I don't know. I'm not a tech genius, but it does seem like it is going to be permanent, as it has been a few days that I've noticed this. And it's just something else that YouTube would do to annoy the hell out of people. Now, they've made changes in the past that are super annoying, like when they got rid of dislikes. And they want to tell you that it's because it hurt people's feelings. It hurt the creators' feelings that they had to get rid of that. Apparently, these YouTube content creators who put themselves out in the public and they open themselves up to scrutiny, apparently they have thin skin. No, Jeremy. It wasn't that they didn't want the masses to see how much they were against the actions taken by the government during the pandemic in 2020. No, it's not that at all. It's not that at all, that there would be an overwhelming dislike count. So we are extremely fortunate right now, here and now. The television was king. It's not king anymore. YouTube is the new television. It is television 2.0. And most people have transferred their attention over to this platform. So it is very possible that YouTube is going to emulate the traditional television experience, where there may be no analytics anymore. There may not be any views showing, any likes, any comments anymore. There may not be engagement. Well, this is extremely important for us as truth seekers, for us to be able to speak to one another, to engage, to connect, to share ideas and thoughts, knowledge, to lift each other up, support one another. It's very important. So we need to have a backup plan. We need to realize that it might not be this easy anymore. Okay? Right now we can do all this for free. There might be a cost to being able to use these features that we've been able to over the past several years. Or it might be eliminated altogether. And that goes for all platforms, not just YouTube. They may all move in the same direction, where there's going to be changes that restrict us from communicating the way that we are today. Now, we can certainly adjust. We can make the payments. We can go over to other platforms. Now, the window has already closed. It has closed already. There was a time where a truth video could reach somebody outside of that space. They could stumble upon a truth video. Well, that doesn't happen much anymore now, does it? We're sort of in our own space that has this barrier that cannot be penetrated. And this window will continue to close. It'll close on us even more to where we may not be able to communicate the way that we do. And certainly we can adjust. We can go to other platforms. We can pay a premium. We might do that, and we might still not be able to do what we're able to do today. So we are lucky. We are fortunate that we are living in a time right now, right here and now, that we can do all this. So we need to have a plan. We need to have a backup plan. We need to think about, how do we remain in contact? We need to start thinking about it, thinking about perhaps exchanging things like email addresses, phone numbers. And I do understand that many of us have phone numbers, or at least an email address. But for those of you who don't, you might want to jot those down. These channels that display their email, you might want to keep that on record, just in case. It would be wonderful if we could just have our own platform that we could manage ourselves, and we don't have to worry about any outside force determining what we say, how we say it, and if we can even speak at all. Because I don't know about you, I don't want to live in a world where I'm alone with my thoughts and I cannot share with others that understand, that I can't engage with like-minded minds. I don't want to live in a world like that. It's very important that we're proactive, that we remain in contact, because it could be the difference between freedom and eternal slavery. Let's stay connected, and let's not let them divide us any more than they already have. Let's not just hope for the best. Let's create our own way to communicate with each other, because communicating with the masses, like I said, those days are over. So all we have is each other. So let's continue to support one another and lift each other up. Let's continue to communicate with each other